Namaste and welcome to Sonali Joshi's Astrojyoti Healing. Have you seen a small child walking with his mother? Whether it's a boy or a girl, when you see a kid walking with the mother and mother is controlling their behavior, mother is watching out for their safety, mother is involved emotionally in the actions that kid takes right from the childhood through their high school years and even when they grow up. You will see somebody's emotional input, somebody who is emotionally connected, completely involved in upbringing, caring, nurturing, and has focused towards outcomes in various walks of life for that kid, then usually astrologer knows that this is a placement where we see conjunction of moon and Mars or direct aspect of Mars on moon. Whenever there is a parent, whenever there is a caretaker, or whenever there is some relative who is involved extraordinary in the upbringing and outcome in different walks of life for that person, it usually shows either aspect of moon Mars or conjunction of moon Mars in some sign. And when we see lot of wealth, lot of gains or robust health, gains due to physical strength, then it is very likely we have conjunction of moon and Mars or aspect of moon and Mars through the signs of either Aries, Scorpio, Cancer, Leo, Pisces or Sagittarius, because these are the signs where you would usually get great outcome, Mangala being strong or either moon being strong. If you are visualizing horoscopes of great athletes, famous actors, great performers, you will usually find this combination either in conjunction or either with aspect. While I am recording this video, I am going to show in the background that my son was around here and he said, "Mommy, I know you do your videos here, but I'm going to do my jumping," and now he's playing basketball. But he will always make sure and I will always make sure that we both are informed about what we are going to do and how we are going to do it better. Well, nonetheless, he does have Moon Mars aspect in his horoscope. Usually, these are the mothers who are really happy about bringing up their kid. These are the moms who are involved emotionally with the kid. And if it is a conjunction, then it is all together at a different level. I am going to give examples of famous people and we are going to look at one of the charts as well. Now let us see what we can expect from this conjunction in each sign starting with Aries. If someone has Moon and Mars conjunction in the sign of Aries, that means they are interested in gaining name, fame, recognition or wealth from their physical appearance, from the dignity in the society, from their appearance, how they interact with people, the kind of gains they have, how many changes they go through, and what kind of stability they have in their household. Usually, this is a Dhana Yoga and it is a great placement for someone to have Moon and Mars conjunction in Aries. This could be a person with iconic personality, physical strength, great sense of how to dress, sexual ambitions combined with a nurturing, sensitive parental quality. If you have conjunction of Moon and Mars in the sign of Taurus, then you are emotionally comforted, or you are comforted by the number of collections you have, wealth you collect, how much freedom of expression you have, how assertive you are, what you consume. There is a rhythmic need for gathering things. Mother could be someone who gives you food as reward when you were a kid, or she gives you lot of gifts, loves you, and showers you with lot of gifts. This is how the kid grows up to understand the value of earning more, gathering more, and they will always be vocal about their needs, and they will make sure they get what they are looking for. If someone has Mars and Moon conjunction in the sign of Gemini, that means they are comforted by communications, messaging, owning businesses, making sure they communicate with their teammates. And here Mars does very well with Moon, because even though they have a strange relationship, Mars knows to take actions, so person will gather lot of courage. To the extent they could be a little bit quarrelsome. If someone has Moon and Mars conjunction in the sign of Gemini, they are usually good at talking. They discuss things, analyze things, they take part in debates. This is a talkative personality usually, and they take lot of comfort. There is an emotional need to communicate, to message, to deal with the news, to deal with teammates and day-to-day announcements. Even though Mars is about direct action, Mars can use the energy to communicate. So they could be aggressive communicators. They could be a little bit quarrelsome at times. Sometimes these people would communicate without thinking, depending on other conjunction with this Moon and Mars, and the aspects on that will change the outcome. However, Mars is comfortable in the sign of Gemini when it is with Moon, because it gets that emotional feedback or emotional support that Mars is usually looking for. If a native has conjunction of Moon and Mars in the sign of Cancer, then Moon is placed in its own sign. This person is usually comforted by family, owning a land, owning house. If they own some property, vehicles, this person learns to gather lot of comfort right from the childhood by the means of the collections and holding they do at family front, and it could be in terms of vehicles, properties or land. Security is very important to them, and that security comes through gathering belongings. Usually they have good relationship with their mother or the person who takes care of them. At times this conjunction is known to be emotionally manipulative depending on the nakshatra that conjunction is in. Sometimes mother or the caretaker can be overly demanding to the extent that kid forgets to express its own personality in the childhood. However, as the child grows up, they learn the same tricks from their mother and start using it for others, or sometimes the same thing backfires on the mother as well. But this person will definitely gain a lot of wealth as they grow up, definitely more than what their parents had. If someone has conjunction of Moon and Mars in the sign of Leo, it suggests that this personality is more about taking leadership, making sure they have attention of everyone else around. They could be interested in theatre, drama, music, any performing arts, and they could be interested in sports as well as politics. Mars and Moon combination does extremely well in the sign of Leo. Whatever nakshatra it is placed in, usually you will see a person who is independent in thinking. At the same time, they do care about their family lineage, they care about what their mother wants, and they want to make sure they seek attention from everybody else. Mars usually does well in the sign of Leo, which is owned by its friend Sun. If someone has Moon and Mars conjunction placed in the sign of Virgo, this person could be someone who takes lot of comfort through finding remedy to the imbalance. Diseases, dates, competition, serving someone becomes their day-to-day thing, and they take emotionally driven action towards it. You could be somebody who takes in lot of interest in activism, environment. You could be someone who is into industry, which is like a, you could be somebody who is into hotel management or restaurant industry. Depending on where is Mercury placed, this person could be really great at communications, writing, delivering news, or they can come up with lot of innovations by analyzing various things. If you have Moon and Mars conjunction in the sign of Libra, that means you take emotional comfort through finding balance, getting different deals done, starting your own business, or making sure that you are finding harmony, finding balance in whatever project you do, whatever relationship you are in, and you want to make sure you are always noted for somebody who can find the best deal at any point. Mars usually works well in the sign owned by Venus because all the energies are projected towards gaining wealth, gaining name, fame, and hence Mars will usually do well in the sign of Libra. If you have conjunction of Moon and Mars placed in the sign of Scorpio, that means there is an emotional need to take action related to healing. You have special interest or emotional connection with some secrecy. This placement also indicates somebody goes through some trauma and they are trying to heal through it. Usually in the sign of Scorpio, people find it little bit difficult, or they have some negative experiences in the beginning and then they come out of it. In Scorpio, Moon is debilitated, and hence these could be people who need more support, more healing, but at the same time they understand the importance of it and they become very successful in healing others. They may take the route of either research, medicine, investigation, or depending on the placement of where other planets are or other aspects are on this conjunction. You could be into politics, you could be into entertainment, you could be into non-profit related work, but you will make sure that people get right means to heal themselves. At point, this conjunction is little bit difficult to deal with, but definitely this will help you earn lot of wealth. Oprah and Jennifer Aniston, these are the two examples where people have Moon-Mars conjunction in the sign of Scorpio. If you have Moon and Mars conjunction in the sign of Sagittarius, then people are usually comforted through their belief system, the traditions, the coaching, the training that they receive, and they would pursue these things with lot of vigor, with lot of enthusiasm, and they are emotionally fully involved into it. There is a need for these people that someone guides them. They learn from somebody. Finding a mentor, teacher, guru usually works very well with this placement, and you will see people either taking the role of a teacher or they will be on a continuous path about learning new things. If you have placement of Moon and Mars in the nakshatra of Mula, then the child usually grows up in the belief that whatever is abnormal is a normal way of behavior. Mula being the nakshatra of Ketu, and this is the Mahadasha that this native will go through first. They understand not everything is normal, common in our household compared to other households. So these kids grow up in assimilating the difficult times, assimilating difficulties about earning money, not having proper shelter, not having proper care, but ultimately they turn out to be great people who support others in most of the cases. Usually people with Moon and Mars combination in the nakshatra of Mula will go into scientific research, other kind of research, investigation, criminal investigation, where they have extremely well ability to cope up with any difficulty, any secrets, and they are not afraid of the outcome. They will find mentors, they will find gurus, or they will find researchers or some belief system that they will guide these people through the difficult times. If you have Moon and Mars conjunction in the sign of Capricorn, then this native is comforted by systematic rise in the hierarchy. They have faith in the hierarchical system, they have faith in law and order, and these people learn to earn wealth by climbing the hierarchical ladder in the society. Usually they will do well because Mars is exalted in the sign of Capricorn here. If you have Moon and Mars conjunction in the sign of Aquarius, this is a placement which is little difficult to deal with because Moon is in the sign of Saturn and Mars is also in the sign of Saturn where it is out of his exaltation. But these people will do extremely well provided they get lot of support through network circles, friend circles, their relatives. And these people will also learn to gather wealth, name and fame slowly, but they will get it for sure. These people will find the community of like-minded people. It could be about researchers, it could be about other scientific themes, it could be about religious gatherings, but these people will have a great community, and if they get the support of that community, these people will do extremely well in life. If you have Moon and Mars conjunction in the sign of Pisces, then you are expecting a rhythm, a routine in terms of religious places, ashrams, in terms of any privacy related environments, global travel, import export, or your sleep patterns. You expect some natural rhythm there. But with Mars placed in the sign of Pisces, some people can have sleep disturbances because either they work too much during the day or they are not tired enough. You will see these two extremes in the sign of Pisces, but still in terms of gathering wealth, money, or understanding the spirituality, this conjunction will do really well if Jupiter is placed well in the horoscope. These people usually need their own private environment, private space where they can cool down. The Mars and Moon pair in Pisces is highly intuitive. So these people could be getting flashes of intuition and they will act accordingly and understand how they can earn name, fame, and wealth. If you want to know if you have this Mars and Moon conjunction in your horoscope, you can send an email to iamsonalijoshi@gmail.com. Donate to charity of your choice and the amount you want under your name, and send your birth details. I'll be more than happy to do a reading for you. If you are new to this channel, please like this video, share this video with your friends, and please subscribe to this channel if you haven't. Also check the first part where I have explained the conjunction of Moon and Mars in different bhava. The sign for the conjunction is one part, another part is which bhava of Kundali this conjunction occurs. Because outcome will be combination of bhava plus sign, other conjunct planet with this conjunction, and aspects on this Moon and Mars pair. If you are going through the Mahadasha of Moon or Mars, the results will be maximum or definitely noteworthy. I look forward to seeing you in other videos. Keep watching. Thank you. Namaste. Shubhamastu.